Or on my personal page, can you hear me now? I cannot with the technology. This is a very strong retrograde right now. Let me see the post. Can you hear now? If someone can let me know, that would be great. Maybe the comments are coming in slow. Better? You can hear now? Okay, yeah, guys, this Mercury retrograde has been strong. Like, all my technology has been wacky. I just did a live on my personal page and I had the most difficult time getting my words out. There's like so much noise around me, like it's like 20 million airplanes going, and I was like losing my train of thought. Like I just was having such a hard time getting it out. And one of the themes with Mercury retrograde, I'm so glad it's working out. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me live, beautiful goddesses. One of the things with Mercury retrograde is that it's an opportunity to kind of take an inventory of where we've been, what's going on, and what we would like to revise. It's a chance to kind of go over and review things, okay? And so a common theme that I'm seeing in a lot of the groups I'm in and just some of the women I'm working with is people feeling stuck, people feel like seeing that they're in it, right? So it's not just like being stuck and not realizing. It's like you see it, you're like, I'm in this pattern that I don't like, it doesn't feel good, but I feel powerless to break out of it. And that is a lie straight from the ego, okay? We have beautiful guidance available to us at every moment, and it's up to us to tune into it, right? And so when we're feeling stuck, we have two options. We can go back into the victim story of, oh my gosh, here it is again. Feel the dread, feel the anxiety. I'm stuck. I need to figure this out, but I can't figure it out. Oh my gosh, it's horrible, right? And that just keeps you stuck right where you are. We know the vibe of that. We don't want to do that anymore, right? Or we can step into the energy of, okay, I'm willing to see this differently. Obviously, it's something going on in my consciousness that's making me feel stuck, and I'm willing to surrender my ego's need to control this. I'm willing to surrender the idea that I need to figure this all out on my own. I'm willing to see this differently. I'm willing to show up differently so that I can get different results, right? Because everything that's going on outside is a reflection of what's going on inside. But the idea that we're doing this all on our own, the idea that we need to figure it all out, the idea that we're separate from source, the idea that we're separate from our desires is the very energy that got us into the pickle in the first place, right? So it's not going to get us out of it. So it requires us stepping into a new version of ourselves, okay? And at the end, I'll share with you a little bit more about Desire Queen, because that's exactly what we're going to be doing in that course. I'm leading a beautiful group program. I'm so excited. So I'll share with you guys about that at the end. And I did do the live that was a little disconnected, but on my personal page, and I shared it to the group. So after this, if you want to go and listen, if you feel called, you may pick up more messages around that theme of us not being stuck. But what I wanted to do was to come in here and do a reading, because it's been a minute since I did a reading for you all, specifically really to bring through more messages of what's the energy that Spirit wants us to embody. What does Spirit need us to know? What do we need to view differently in order to get unstuck, okay? And I always love it. It's always the perfect message that comes through. I'm going to use Goddess Guidance and the chakra cards, okay? So let me shuffle. And so I want you to just think of, one, take a deep breath, get into your body, get out of your mind, get out of the logic, just surrender it, be open to receive whatever message your soul has for you right now. And just think about what's the area you are wanting to break free from. What's the area you're feeling stuck in? And we're going to see what needs to shift, okay? Grounding, of course. That's so funny. At the end of the other live, I was like, I'm gonna go to the beach after this and just ground. It's all connected. It always is. Let me pull the chakra one. Despondence and wisdom. Can we talk about how in both of these there's a woman with the world inside of her in her womb? Okay, and look, she's holding a world too. Literally, guys, we have everything we need inside of us already to create what we want, because actually what's creating what we don't like right now is also within us. And I spoke about this in the other live that I posted here, explaining how we contain it all, right? We have the codes within us to tap into poverty, or we have the codes within us to tap into prosperity, and it's literally a matter of which codes we're activating. And the tricky part is that so often we get stuck doing things one way, right? We rely heavily on our senses. We rely on what we've experienced in the past. We rely on what other people tell us is possible, rely on what we can see, what's manifested around us, and then we feel stuck by it. But in order to create something new, we have to go within. We have to tap into our own inner wisdom, which is exactly what I was talking about. Okay, so let me pull out. And so the big message that I was sharing today was that one of the first steps to accessing our inner wisdom is to get out of the frantic mode, to get out of our logic and really just get into your body, right? And really ground and really connect, really like letting go of the arrogance of the ego that thinks that it knows everything, right? It doesn't. The ego only knows what it knows. It's like your old identity. It's like you can't step into the new version of you who receives everything she desires while holding on to your old identity of the woman who doesn't receive what she wants, right? Or who has to work really hard and doesn't get good results, right? Like you have to totally transform and express something new. You have to be like excited to tap into that, but we can't tap into that when we're like stuck in the survival mode of like, I can't figure it out, I'm frantic, things aren't working, right? It's just two totally different experiences. If you missed the training that I did all about anxiety, I invite you to go back and check that. It will be under the guides tab. I was explaining the different ways anxiety shows up, how to recognize it, and then how to shift out of it, understanding the core wounding that's beneath it, because really, like, that is one of the biggest ways we block ourselves from receiving our blessings. So this card here, so it talks about you are called to help with environmentalism. I honestly, when I read this card, though I read them intuitively, I always get for this to just get grounded and get outside. So this is what this card means to me. And really being willing to see things from a different perspective. Do you see how she's focused on this ball, this earth here? She's not looking at what's going on around her. She's focused, right? And so I really get this sense of really grounding yourself, calming your nervous system so that you can get in the energy to really connect with your own inner wisdom and being willing to see things differently. Take a look at this card. Do you see how this woman over here is like, I don't know if you can see it if it's focusing enough, but this woman looks like jealous. Like she's looking to this woman like, oh my gosh, you have everything. How are you able to birth that world? I don't have it. I can't have it. She's like thinking she's separate from it. But really, if she would just close her eyes and tune within and get in touch with her own body, she would realize that she has the inner wisdom to also create whatever she desires. And that is another lie of the ego. It will tell us that we're separate from what we want. It will say, oh, well, that person can do it, I can't do it. And that's just not true. And so long as we're buying into those beliefs, we can't create anything new. How can we, right? Does that make sense? So let me read this from the book. I really love this book. It has so much guidance in it. And then we'll see if any other ones want to come out. Okay, so the purple cards in general are talking, I'm going to read to you the overall of the purple cards, the theme, and then I'll read to you specifically despondence, okay? So the overall theme is impression, seeing the unseen. So keywords are guidance. Oh, this is perfect for what we're talking about. Intuition, secrets, integrity, knowledge, spirituality, inner child, mystery, and dignity. So manifesting intention, it says the sixth chakra, so our third eye, represents our sixth sense, All the cards in the purple color ray, indigo and violet, appear in this chapter. The brow chakra is the third eye and houses all that is hidden within, including our intuitive knowing. The cards often reveal family agreements made before you were born and karmic issues which you have brought into the world to work out. The sixth chakra reveals your intuitive focus and your inner knowing. The cards in this chapter may reveal the behaviors you've either inherited or unknowingly chosen to copy from your family of origin. This reflects where you are in terms of your own awareness and reveals your willingness to do your own soul searching. Guys, this is perfectly what the message that was coming through. I love doing the card readings because they always back it up. Like, spirit is so good. Okay, are you living your past into the future? Faith is the unspoken element here. All intentions are fulfilled with the help of spirit. Yeah, so before we dive into despondence specifically, there's just a couple of things I'd like to add to this. You know, faith is the missing key always. When we're not creating what we desire, we're lacking faith. And that lack of faith causes anxiety. And that just causes us to be fully in the ego and the logic. And it just cuts us off from all the goodness that wants to flow in. Okay, so we have different planes of existence, right? We have the emotional plane, we have the physical plane, and then we have the spiritual plane. And the spiritual plane is only accessed through faith. And if we don't have all of those lined up, we are not effective creators. We will not create what we desire. We're going to create what we are programmed with. That's going to be our default mode. That's going to be our autopilot. Like, so whatever limiting beliefs we've inherited, right? It talked about here, like, beliefs we unknowingly accepted or beliefs that we were born into with our family, those are ingrained in our subconscious minds. And if we don't line up all our faculties with what we desire and really create a new impression in our subconscious mind, we're going to continue creating by the default mode. The beautiful thing is when you create a new default mode, when you create something new in your subconscious mind and you back it up, and you line everything up with it, that's your new default mode. So you can start creating that, right? You literally change your paradigm. But until we do that, it doesn't matter what actions we're taking. It doesn't matter what we want or desire. If we are not lining up with it, we're not going to receive it. And then that only further strengthens victim stories where we say, oh, I don't get what I want. This manifestation thing doesn't work for me. And that's a complete lie from the ego. Okay, so let's read despondence here and see what else wants to come through. So it says, by taking action, I found the road out. So there's a legend with each of these if you're not familiar with this deck, okay? It says, Iris is depressed and unable to look after herself or her home. She cries out to the great spirits for help. Mother Earth appears and suggests that Iris shower, eat a good meal, and clean up her house. She does, but she still feels despondent. Suddenly a hurricane hits and Iris springs into action to rescue her neighbor's children. In the urgency, Iris finds the way out of depression by taking action, breaking the cycle, right? Iris teaches us that the only route out of stagnation is motion. If we do nothing, we must accept the consequences, right? So what's coming through here for me is understanding that we are in an autopilot mode. And until we change who we're being, until we take a different action, until we do something different, nothing can shift. Okay, so the personal inquiry here. In which part of my life am I feeling immobilized? I know what I need to do. Am I willing to trust myself? Guys, this could not be more perfect. The whole thing was about breaking the victim stories, breaking out of feeling stuck by tuning into your own inner wisdom. And this is like totally what it is. And then I can't wait to read wisdom that came out, right? Okay. So key ideas: feeling helpless, acceptance of circumstances, change on the horizon, taking action. And then keywords: revelation, movement, encouragement. Okay, and then let's read the personal inquiry again. It says, in which part of my life am I feeling immobilized? I know what I need to do. Am I willing to trust myself? So you have the inner wisdom. You have the guidance that knows exactly how to lead you out of where you're feeling stuck, but it's a matter of, are you willing to trust yourself? And this is exactly the work we're going to be doing in Desire Queen. We are going to be getting you out of the emotional attachment to the circumstances and really focusing on you and accessing your own inner wisdom and embodying and lining up with the version of you who knows exactly what to do, who has what she wants, who is not separate from that, getting you out of that lack, stuck mentality. Because we know that just begets more lack and stuckness, right? Okay, so there's a little meditation you can do. It says, imagine an expansive countryside with nothing to block the view. The wind blows and without warning carries you to a place of sadness. Ask the great spirits to reveal the action you must take. You will either intuitively know what to do or it will soon be revealed to you. Open your eyes and see that all is calm. Be grateful. Okay, so let's move on to wisdom. Okay, actually, I want to talk about the green cards really quickly first. So the overall impression of these green cards is love, right? So green, your heart chakra. And the manifesting intention here is the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, relates to matters of the heart. In manifesting, we are always blocked if our heart is not in it. There is something very pivotal about about every green card, as though each one indicates a key moment of personal choice. They tell us about the heart of the matter. In this chakra, we decide whether we will proceed or whether things will get kicked back to our yellow chakra, where we spend time thinking without progressing our decisions. Stuckness, right? In essence, you will see here whether your heart is truly fully invested in the actions you are willing to take. Every green card owns the distinction of revealing what happens when you do or don't follow your heart. The question in these cards always asks, what does your heart tell you? Okay, let's read wisdom. Wisdom is knowing the difference between a calculated risk and stupidity. Okay. The legend with this is, one day a young sagebrush asks his grandfather how to grow old with wisdom. The elder answers, we must learn from our mistakes. Before you worry about something, ask yourself if it will be important in the future. Enjoy your present form, as we all change with time. The inspiration here. Is there some wise counsel that you have sought only to ignore it? Are you ready? Are you trying to do things alone? This was exactly what we're talking about. A solution may come from those more experienced than yourself. Stay in the present moment and do not let your thoughts jump ahead. Okay, are we blocking ourselves by literally trying to do everything on our own? Are we so in the ego that we're too proud to ask for help? Are we buying into the ego's lies that say, oh, well, why invest in this? Because it doesn't work for me. It's never worked. Why would it work? That is choosing to stay stuck. Okay. Personal inquiry. Do I go with my heart or against it? Am I ready to live in leadership? I just posted about this yesterday. I posted a status and it blew up. Like it got like hundreds of likes. So obviously it's resonating because this is a key theme. I said that the woman who leads herself knows that in order to receive something she has never received before, she needs to become a version of herself that she's never been before. Okay, it's understanding that it all starts with us. And if we choose to make no change, we are choosing by default to create more of the same. Are you willing to live in leadership? Are you willing to lead yourself? Are you willing to learn a new way of being so that you can experience a new life? It's up to you. Okay, key ideas: wise counsel, focused energy, honoring yourself, contribution, being chosen, contentment, transformation. Keywords: maturity, tranquility, support. Okay, so guys, just to reiterate, Desire Queen is the beautiful 6-week group program I'm leading starting in July, where I'm going to be supporting you to, as it says here, maturity, step into maturity, meaning create and cultivate emotional intelligence to really choose the version of you who receives it all, instead of all these BS stories that are keeping you stuck. Okay, so let me lead you through the meditation really quickly. Imagine yourself at a huge campfire. The great servant approaches you and his energy radiates towards you. He speaks to you not with words, but with energy. Allow the wisdom of the message to reach you. When you have received the message, the great servant will depart. When you are ready, come back to your reality. What was his message? Okay, so all of these are talking about the same thing. We have the solutions within us. We know what we need to do next. It's a matter of, are you willing to free yourself? Are you willing to take radical responsibility? Okay, and so to tie it all together, get grounded, listen, follow your heart, if you know you need to be in Desire Queen, guys, don't block yourself. Don't let the ego tell you that you're not going to get results. Don't let the ego come in with all the fears and doubts. If you know you're supposed to be in this program, allow yourself to receive the support. Allow yourself to receive the guidance, because it's all here for you. It really, really is. You, as quickly as you can get out of your own way, is as quickly as the results can come. And I love leading women through this because I myself stayed stuck for so many years. I think I just got into it. Like, I'm gonna save this to YouTube too. I'm gonna share this on YouTube, even though I shared this in the group. I'm not gonna share it on my personal page. So I'll just go ahead, and anyone who's on my YouTube, I will extend the early bird pricing for this then. Okay. So until, when is Saturday, guys? Hang on, I think it's the 19th. Saturday's the 19th. So if you know you need in on this, guys, if you know you want this, if this is something you desire with your heart and you're really ready and you want to learn how to access your own inner wisdom, you want to learn how to embody your next level, you want to learn how to get out of your own way, and you want to receive support, we have until 5 p.m. on the 19th. Saturday, I'm extending the 888 early bird pricing, okay? It's just for women in my group, or if you're on my email list, and now for YouTube, okay? Because I feel like this reading was really powerful, and I love how it just backed up everything I said on the first live, and I actually spoke a lot more clearly in this one than I did in the other live. I swear, guys, the Mercury retrograde. And I had to, this was like my third time going live trying to do this, because I guess there was no sound the first 2 times. Okay, but if you know you need to be in on that, reach out to me. I'll get you the link to sign up. I know in my bio is the link for the 999, because that's like the regular early bird. But if you are hearing this on YouTube or in my group or email list and you want to get in on it, I'm honoring the 888 until the 19th. Okay, so get in on it, guys. It's going to be 6 weeks. Powerful transformation. Okay, I'm going to be doing live coaching with you, teaching you all these things, leading you through the difficult work, leading you through shifting out of the resistance, clearing the mindsets, clearing these old limiting beliefs and behaviors that are keeping you stuck. Okay, and you're going to be in a group of other women who are ready to rise. So you know when you want to go to the next level, you're going to look to your outer reality and it's going to tell you it's not possible. There's going to be the haters who are mad that you want to rise, and they're going to say that's not safe, that's stupid, that's not going to work, blah 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 blah, all the naysayers. And you've got to get out of that energy. You have to focus. You have it within you. You have everything you need within you already, but it's a matter of, are you going to choose to access it? And you cannot access your power when you are accessing your victimhood, right? It's 2 very different experiences. It's 2 very different states of being. It's 2 very different awarenesses and consciousnesses, right? We can be focused on being a victim and being stuck, or we can focus on, I'm not stuck, I'm willing to see this differently, and I'm going to empower myself to do what I need to do. 2 very different vibes, okay? So this group is for the women who are ready, who know they're ready to rise, who are done denying themselves the life that they want to live, who are done buying into the lies and anxiety and the doubt and the fear and all the things, okay? So if you want to get in, message me. We would love to have you. I truly intend that this reading served you. I intend that it was just a message you needed to hear. If you have any questions for me, just let me know. I'm sending you guys love. I will talk with you soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye.